your Minnesota Fighting Vikings may possibly be the best 0-2 team in NFL history. Now, maybe that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and you are what your record says you are, except for last year apparently. But again, the Vikings gave it away now against the Bucs week 1, -3 in turnovers. The Eagles week 2, also -3 in turnovers, and 7 turnovers total through 6 freaking quarters of football. It's very easy to see how the Vikings were sloppy. They gave things away, and the fact that they were in both games at the end, especially the Eagles game. I mean, if the Vikings, if JJ didn't have the pylon thing go on, the Vikings win. If the Vikings didn't have 4 turnovers, they blow the Eagles out. And I firmly believe that. So this is a good-ass football team. It's a passer and get the passer league, and the Vikings have both of those, but just hasn't the ball. Sometimes the ball bounces funny, and it's rough. But of course, the genius eye over at ESPN, the worldwide bleeder in subscribers, Bill Barnwell, their lead writer, had some choice thoughts about the Vikings in his piece, ranking 0-2 NFL teams. Are Patriots, Broncos, Chargers eliminated? I see how it is, but it's okay. Again, everyone can have their opinion. Just that whole thing. This is what I wrote about the Vikings. Close games giveth, close games take away. So here's my problem. All right, so the team that went 9-0 last season in games decided by 7 points or fewer has started this campaign naturally by losing 2 close ones to the Bucs and the Eagles. The 34-28 final score in Philadelphia wasn't as narrow as it seemed. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, didn't even mention that the Vikings... he did mention it. Never mind. The Vikings were the team that made the task so hard because they fumbled 4 times and lost all 4 while failing to recover a 5th fumble by the Eagles. No team has won a game in which it lost all 4 fumbles, blah, 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 blah. See, here's what bothers me. So they run with the narrative that, hey, the Vikings were 9-0 last season in games decided by 7 points or fewer, but 11-0 in single-score games, and blah, 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 blah. Like that correlation matters this season, where the league stands for not for long, and there's so much turnover, pun intended, every single year on these rosters. I mean, the Vikings purged their defense. Donatel is gone. Flores is in. Kendricks and Peterson and Diesel Dalvin are gone. And then also, like, Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen are gone. What does last year's team have to do with this year's team? I don't understand it, but it just fits in the box of the stupid narratives. Like, well, they lost close games the 1 close games last year, the 1 close games this year. So stupid, man. And all the Vikings have failed to recover any of the 7 fumbles in their 2 games of the season, 6 of which have been from their own offense. Stay with me, that's bad luck. And yeah, there is a degree of puck luck, and sometimes Kirk is able to hang on to the ball when Winfield Jr. comes free, or maybe Josh Sweat doesn't get a free rush on the blind side, or sometimes you just fall on the football. I mean, that does happen. There is a degree of luck in that. Then he finished out with, the Vikings should improve. Their schedule alternates brutal matchups, Chargers, Chiefs, and Niners, with easier ones, the Panthers and the Bears, over the next month of the season. They'll stop fumbling as often and won't lose every one of the fumbles they drop over the rest of the season. In the NFC, 9 wins might be enough to earn a playoff berth, and that's not an impossible ask of Kevin O'Connell's team. Oh, Lord, that's so nice. At the same time, we have a lot of evidence that the Vikings weren't truly a 13-win team last season. Based on what? I was told you are what your record says you are, except for last season. Apparently, that's the Vikings' bad luck that they missed that designation last year. They finished 20th in DVOA, shed veteran players this offseason. Again, I rallied against the national media this entire offseason talking about... Are the Vikings better or worse? Because Dalvin looks like booty for the Jets. Thielen right now looks completely washed for the Panthers. Patrick Peterson is obviously washed for the Steelers, as evidenced by week 1. Hey, Brock Purdy, we got an interception. Zadarius is whatever. Diesel Dalvin Thompson is whatever. Kendricks lost a step and is already injured. So, yeah, tell me how they didn't improve by going younger. By replacing Kendricks with Ivan Pace Jr., by replacing Patrick Peterson with Byron Murphy and Mekhi Blackman and a Caleb Evans, by replacing Adam Thielen with Jordan Addison. Go ahead. Yeah. Just tell me how the Vikings got worse. Net overall by letting go of some of those veterans. So stupid. Such a stupid ass narrative. Blah blah blah. Aren't getting much from the 2022 draft class. Well. Yeah, that's fair. Haven't been particularly lucky to start the season. Under that logic, it shouldn't be much of a surprise they're 0-2, and the odds might be against them turning things around and getting back into the playoff picture. Now, when with both teams 0-2, they get the Chargers in the de facto playoff game. Here's the thing, too, where, hey, Are the Vikings going to be -3 in every single game this season? If they are, I mean, 0-17, Caleb Williams, here we come, baby. And everyone talks about regression to the mean, except it literally goes both ways on the bell curve. And the Vikings, they're going to get that puck luck back in terms of turnovers. Everything will equal out in the long run, and they're going to be good to go. So I understand where Barnwell is coming from in this spot, but I highly disagree. I highly disagree. But the Vikings, again, it's a passer and get the passer league, and Kirk and JJ in this passing game have lit up the scoreboard and put up yards and put up numbers despite no running game, despite bad offensive line, which should be helped with Reisner coming in, and they can get after the quarterback's ass. So I think that this thing will turn around. I think that, maybe they don't get the 13 wins like last year. That's perfectly fine. But get in the dance. You got a chance, and especially if you win the North, you have a home playoff game. Didn't work out great last year. But certainly the Vikings could be dangerous, where you have a talisman quarterback, the best wide receiver in the National Football League, and a prodigious pass rush. That's all you need. That's all you need to get hot at the right time, baby. That's right. So I ain't worried. I ain't scared. This ain't tanking time, so whatever. But if the Vikings start at 0-3, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. I don't know, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Bill Barnwell thinks that the Vikings deserve to start 0-2. It is what it is. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.